So, but how did you go about learning music actually?
My dream was to become like guitar virtuoso, shredder type person.
But who's like your guitar hero? I love cringing at other people. It's not at myself. Do you get like jitters before you go on stage or like anxiety?
I've had times where I've had trouble sleeping the previous night.
But how did that transition happen to go from ads to Bollywood?
I realized my hobby is like maths and physics. You tell me about how much ad people pay. I was like, what? OAFF? Are you OAFF?
Do you get that? OAFF a lot?
Man. There was no room to make music, so I was sitting on like the sofa, making music on my headphones. First ad we did together, we got to record like 60-piece string orchestra.
Okay.
So when somebody asked me if I could do it, I was like, yeah, I can do it. And then I just did it.
Subscribe to his channel.
Thank you.
Pak Pak Pakao.
This is new for Bangalore. Having to use ACs and all. What years were you in Bangalore?
I was in grade 6 and 7, but that was not in Bangalore. That was in Rishi Valley.
Okay.
So that was in a campus which was some 365 acres something, hills, mountains. So there was no AC, there was no computer, there was nothing when I was there.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I mean, my school also was outside the city. But yeah, we never used fans also in the classroom. We used to only use fans to like trouble the teachers. One guy in my class used to put a wet cloth on top of the blade and then tell the teacher to turn it on the cloth on the face. But yeah, that was it. But you have a deep connection, no, with Bangalore?
I was dating someone for a long time who's from Bangalore. So I used to come here often to meet her.
Okay.
And then, of course, Rishi Valley, whenever I'd come and go back, the airport's here. So I'd visit Bangalore and then I ended up meeting friends over here. We've also played a few shows here, which has been fun.
Yeah. When was the last time you played in Bangalore?
All of last year, we didn't play anything, but the last show we did was in Bangalore.
Oh, the last show before Lolla this year.
Yeah, which is a year back.
Oh, shit.
We were doing this like tour of sorts. And so we played my favorite show, which was at Sula.
Okay.
Sula Fest.
Nice, yeah.
Favorite because I was very unwell and I had a fever, and then we go on stage and the crowd it's like the stage is here and everybody's on top.
Yeah, okay.
So you're
like an amphitheater.
Yeah, it was like an amphitheater. And the crowd was just lit. Like it was just on. Yeah. And then the fever went away on stage and then we were like going mad. Everybody's having a great party. And then after that, we played one show, like a small club show in Bangalore, and that was it.
Nice.
Yeah.
How's it been back to live shows now with Lolla?
Good, man. Like I was saying, I'm always a little nervous before shows. I'm not very comfortable in front of thousands of people.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then like our first show was Supersonic, where we ended up playing evening slot in front of a massive crowd. It was the first ever show that we played. So it wasn't like a slow climb where I got to acclimatize to this being on stage. Yeah. And honestly, I'm still way more comfortable just being in the studio alone and creating.
Yeah.
Live, I just feel like it's important for me to do, and I'm starting to enjoy it, but I'm always like stressed before.
Yeah, I can imagine. But halfway through the show or whatever, do you start getting into that zone?
Yeah, and I know that like if the audience starts giving you good energy and if they are like with it, then you start feeling great. But we played shows where the audience is not with it, like a few, like it's been like a second show or something we played like in this random place in Ranchi, and I don't know how they booked us, and it was in some club and we played, and I don't even know if people came there for us or they just, that's the club in Ranchi that people go to. But what always helps is, this is the OAFF Savera set. So we play our Bollywood stuff.
Okay.
So whenever you start playing your Bollywood songs, then everybody's having a good time. Yeah. But now I'm trying to play more of my independent stuff also. So that's the new thing that I'm trying to develop.
But how do you sort of like deal with this? Do you get like proper like jitters before you go on stage, or like anxiety, or how is that?
I've had times where I've had trouble sleeping the previous night, all of that. Yeah. But I'm surrounded by people I love and like childhood friends. Yeah. Johan, the drummer, is my childhood friend. Savera's childhood friend. Lotika is a friend from long back. And everybody else also close friends. So they really
get it.
Yeah. also I'm not much of a talker on stage, and I realized like engaging the crowd is so important.
Yeah. So who does that?
So I do that now. Savera and I both are like opening up.
Yeah.
But in the OAFF Savera set, we have Lotika, who's like always hyping everything up, and everybody else is really on, so it helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's a fun scene, right? Outside of this getting on stage sort of nerves. Sounds like a bunch of school friends getting together and having a good time, no?
It's the best. It's like you're literally chilling with childhood friends, study buddies I've known for, I don't know, since I was in grade 8th.
Yeah.
And
you all have always been making music together.
so after school, where I was in a band with Savera and Johan called Experiment 7,
Why 7?
we like bands like Sum 41 and Blink 182.
Okay. So you had to get a number in.
Yeah, and the place where we practiced was a physics or chemistry lab because we didn't have a spot at that point. So our school was kind enough to be like, you can practice here. So Experiment. Also, we were in like grade 7 and 8.
Yeah,
so
fair, okay.
The name is like whatever.
Yeah.
And we used to play punk rock, and we were like the youngest kids always at,
All these shows and
like we played Campus Rock Idol and all that.
oh shit, really?
Yeah, and
I didn't know that.
and everybody else is like way older.
Yeah, college kids at
and
least.
we are like, the first time we went, I remember, I didn't even know like the guitar has a processor and amplifier, and I was asking someone to tune the guitar before that.
And what, you all were playing covers?
Yeah, we were playing covers. Then I continued and I went to college, and these guys went to their own thing, did their own things. Savera was in Bombay making music for ads at some point. He was doing his own thing, and then he was also making music for ads and stuff. And I was in Ahmedabad. Then one day Savera came to Ahmedabad, where we're all from. He came over to the studio there, and he was telling me about all this work he's doing, and he's telling me about how much ad people pay.
Okay.
I was like, what? These numbers are absurd. Like, I'm sitting here in Ahmedabad making music for 5,000 rupees, and you are earning this insane amount of money. I'm coming to Bombay.
Okay.
Then I came to Bombay. I literally shifted into this house where I didn't know the person. It was somebody I barely knew this person. And they said that this person needs a roommate. So I reached there. He said, get your clothes, nothing else. I reached there and I find out that he's just recently divorced. And
So you're replacing his wife.
yeah, and there was only one bed.
Okay.
So I had to sleep on the same bed with this guy. And there was no room to make music, so I was sitting on like the sofa making music on my headphones. And then I started getting some ad work, and at some point Savera and I started talking again, and like we reconnected. We weren't in touch, and he said he has this ad that's come up, and it's going to be a cool ad, and if I want to do it together. So I was like, for sure. And the first ad we did together, we got to record like a 60-piece string orchestra,
Okay.
which is like insane. You never get to do that in ads.
Yeah.
They don't usually have
The budgets, yeah.
Yeah, and you usually do it all on the computer. So we recorded this string section, and since then all our commercial work, basically ads and films, we do together. And then I do my independent music. He does his independent music.
Pretty cool. So how did like both of you make that, or rather like that transition from playing punk to doing ads? Like, did you have to develop new skills, or did you have to like research, read, understand, or it was just like, oh, this sounds good, we're just going to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I think I started getting into like Logic, which is the software on Apple, and experimenting with it.
Yeah.
And so when somebody asked me if I could do it, I was like, yeah, I can do it. And then I just did it. I don't know if it was good. Definitely learned a lot in ads. It is like dealing with people, because ads is more about deciphering what they need and giving it to them quickly and in a catchy way. So it gets approved because it first needs to be approved by director, then it'll get approved by agency, then it'll get approved by client, and then if there are other people involved, and they also have a say.
Yeah.
So I learned how to get a good relationship with the director, so I can understand what they are trying to go for, and hopefully I can, provide them that or something better. So that was definitely a skill which helps even now.
So this skill helps you with your Bollywood work.
Yeah, because Bollywood is all about like working for the film. So it's like, what does the film need? What is the vision of the director? What is the vibe that you're going for? But having said that, I also had some horrible experiences in the ad industry, which kind of scarred and traumatized me. So I was really glad when I didn't have to rely on that for my, for my money and everything.
But how did that transition happen to go from ads to Bollywood? Was it like a deliberate step-by-step process, or just sort of organically happened?
I feel like nothing was deliberate in my whole life only.
Okay.
I didn't have any plan. I at some point told my teacher that I wanted to be a Kathakali dancer. Then at some point I wanted to be a geneticist.
Were you doing Kathakali, or
No.
it was just a thing to say, or did you mean it?
I think people were asking me like, what are you going to do now? I was in grade 11th or something. Okay, what are you going to do? So I got like...
Just to fuck around?
What a question to ask a child. I was like, Kathakali dancer.
A punk rocker.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll be a Kathakali dancer. Then the principal, I think, told my parents that your kid wants to be a Kathakali dancer. Then my parents are like, what do you really want to do? You need to apply for colleges now. Yeah. I didn't apply for any colleges. And then I applied to one, which is the one I went to, Flame. And I studied maths and physics there because they didn't have a music program at that point. And I was the only student doing maths and physics. So it was literally my professor and me in class.
What was everyone else doing?
Marketing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was great, and I loved my time there. And even my school that I was in, they've all been very encouraging of. Yeah. I mean, they were allowing these kids to go to other cities to like
and play music.
Music.
When they probably didn't understand, right?
Our teachers are pretty cool. Yeah, our teachers are pretty cool.
I can't imagine my school teachers understanding punk, man. Go and play Sum 41 to them. They'd be like, what is this? Get out of here.
Yeah. Our school was what one might call an experimental alternative school.
Okay.
So
was Rishi Valley, right? Are you talking about Rishi Valley? No, you're talking about the school.
I'm talking about MGIS, which is Mahatma Gandhi International School. Shout out to MGIS. That's where they really gave us full freedom to like pursue what we wanted. They didn't have any pressure of like, you need to study this, do this, especially like till grade 10. It was like,
free for all.
Yeah, you do what you want to do. If you want to come to
class. No exams, nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Then suddenly in 11th and 12th, I had to give exams. I was like, what is this? But it was great. I mean,
and your college also, I'm assuming?
Flame was more like, it was a liberal arts program.
Yeah.
So there we had to pick, different subjects. And then finally, major, minor, I picked maths, which I love. We're talking about what hobbies are. Yeah. I realized my hobby is like maths and physics.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do you exercise these hobbies? How do you exercise a math hobby?
Podcasts and reading and whatever, listening to videos and watching videos and like understanding what is happening at the forefronts of physics.
Okay.
My wife actually got like a maths textbook recently because she's also into maths and physics. So she was just like, I'll come home in the evening and she's just sitting and solving like equations for fun.
Shit. But what is happening in physics? What's like the latest, coolest thing you found out?
Oh, a lot actually. We have some interesting stuff happening in the field of cosmology, which is like about our universe. Yeah. And we have new data which kind of questions how old the universe is, what we think about the universe, how we imagine, the fundamental properties of the universe are being questioned right now because it's actually called the crisis in cosmology right now.
Okay.
Like the speed at which things are moving, the age of the universe, how big galaxies and stars are now. Now we have the James Webb telescope, which is like insanely powerful. Yeah. So we're getting all this new data and we're seeing that actually we need to relook at a lot of things. Maybe it's not 13 billion or whatever years old. It's potentially older, or we are living in a unique spot in the universe and we don't know if the laws here are applicable everywhere or not.
Oh, shit.
A lot of interesting questions. And then even in the field of like quantum physics, there's a lot of interesting stuff happening.
Like what? Give me an example. Just
I'll not get into like quantum computing and all, which has its own thing. What I find really interesting is it's basically the bridge between philosophy and physics, where we have this understanding, we have this theory of quantum physics, we have this standard model of particle physics, and it really predicts all our experiments pretty well. So it works really well. The fundamental of what exactly is happening when we observe a particle and the wave function collapses. So basically, there's a chance that this particle is, there's a chance that it's here or it's here.
okay.
And when we observe it, it takes one of these places. So there are many theories that tell us what is happening then. Niels Bohr and Einstein had this famous argument, and Niels Bohr kind of came out as the victor. And he said that what is called the Copenhagen interpretation.
Okay.
And he says that this happens and it collapses and when we observe and whatnot. But what is really happening what do you mean observe? Like does it matter if it's a conscious being observing? What does a particle collapsing mean? So there is a theory called the many worlds theory, which is the really fun one.
Okay.
Where the theory is that, say there's a particle, we look at it and the probability that it's here and it's here. And when someone observes it, you'll see it either here or here. Before that, it's probable that it's here and here.
Here, okay.
In superposition, basically. But when we observe, this theory says that when we observe and we see it here, the universe gets split and there's a version of you that's seeing it here as well. So every time there's a quantum like a thing happens, there's a split in the universe, and I'm probably doing a very bad job.
Yeah, no,
I'm many worlds theory, which is like there are multiple different universes every time a quantum decision is being made, so to speak. And so it's like parallel universes, but we can never communicate with these other universes.
Man. So, but like when you get into these sort of like rabbit holes, do you where are you getting into these rabbit holes? Are you reading, watching YouTube videos? Where are you sort of getting into this?
Nowadays, there are a lot of like really good, high quality podcasts that I listen to. Like there's this one called Sean Carroll's Mindscape podcast. And he's a physicist, like a renowned physicist who's written many textbooks and books. And he talks about it. There are so many like from Harvard or like whatever, Princeton and all these places, they have their lectures that you can actually go and see online. So
this is what you do for fun.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. But I guess when your job involves having to like play music and entertain people, you guys probably go back to studying physics.
In another lifetime, I would have maybe,
been a scientist.
Yeah, that's what I always wanted to do.
To be a scientist and to like do research and those kind of things.
Yeah, and I think I look at music also in a slightly different way than many of the artists that I hang out with.
Okay. How do you look at music?
Like I'm looking at it from the point of view like, okay, why does this sound better than this? Or more of it like a design almost. Like I want to be able to understand it so that you can create things that it's almost like I don't want to say data driven, as if I am the algorithm,
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're just collecting data points yourself.
Yeah.
And those data points don't necessarily have to be zeros and ones on an Excel sheet that you look at, right? It could be just whatever empirical. I'm just saying physics terms.
It's true.
But yeah, like these kind of data points that you could just pick up from what you're observing around you, right? And then you sort of utilize those to...
Yeah, I think AI does that now. I mean, if you have you have these softwares which are basically kind of so much data fed into them, and then they create a pop song in matter of like 5 seconds, which are honestly, I have heard like really good ones as well.
Yeah, but I've created a few interesting pop songs using, so not just pop, I've made it like make some crazy metal songs. I'm like, I'll give it like a prompt saying, okay, make a metal song. This is the theme. Very random things like I was telling you earlier. Make a metal song about me hating on my boss with three guitar solos.
Wow!
And the third solo should be 30 seconds with arpeggios, and it'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I feel like, so now, the more I think about it, the more I realize that my view on this sort of design approach, while it's helped me a lot, but I feel like there are parts of the equation which are not factored in, which I'm now trying to understand. Like, I think freshness or that newness, if you're basically taking an average of all the music that exists and creating on that, you're not going to have something which is groundbreaking and new.
Yeah.
And for that, you need to make a decision somewhere in your process, which is the decision that you wouldn't usually take to go down that path. And I feel music is also about authenticity, where I know this word is thrown around a lot. But I think people want to know what you have to say, if you are saying it well and if it's interesting.
Yeah.
So, that accident that happens in the process, I think that's important. You have to leave space
For something to happen.
Yeah, for like something weird to happen and then that to inspire you.
So now we're going to bring out the starters, okay? We have paneer tikka and some harabara kebab.
Nice. Thank you.
I didn't make any of these. So this is a slow build up.
But I don't know if I'll be able to eat so much.
Eat as much as you like or as little as you like. No stress, no pressure. This is all done by my friend Binod of YouTube comment fame. Do you remember that? No? It's a very YouTube-y thing, bro.
What is that?
Have you heard of Slay Point? It's a
No.
YouTube channel. I think they have like over 10 million subs now. But I think it was like 3 years ago or something, where they were doing this video on YouTube comments, and one of the comments that they got on one of their videos was just the name Binod. It was commented by a guy named Binod. So that was like one of the biggest trends on YouTube that year. So it was Binod everywhere. But anyway, this guy is not that guy, but but he's made all of this today. So there's harabara kebab and there's paneer tikka.
Okay.
So let's go for it.
We did just eat lunch, so I'm gonna try and eat some of this.
When did we eat lunch? Pretty early, dude. What do
We
you
ate at
say?
4, bro.
Yeah. It was like 6 hours ago. 5 hours ago at least.
I'm gonna keep some space for your.
Yeah. Yeah, as much as little as you like. It's pretty good, dude. What do you think?
I like it. I like paneer and harabara kebab.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, by the way, quantum physics. No, music production process. So do you have like we can come back to it after we're done eating, because it's pretty good. I'll tell you what is my process of cooking. It's to stress my mom out. So I just call her every 6 minutes.
And then you're like, can I leave the gas on when I'm not at home?
Do I really need to chop the onion?
Can I put the whole thing inside?
Yeah, but I want to just cook on its own. No. I wish I could do that. But I was telling you earlier, right? That what I'm realizing through all of this is cooking is one skill, and sharing that cooking, teaching, and all that stuff is a completely different skill set. So like I have a newfound respect for all of these YouTube cook shows and these cooking channels, because it's like knowing it is one, showing it is another is pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think teaching anything is...
It's a different skill set, yeah.
You might be the smartest mathematician, but to teach someone basic calculus, you might suck.
You understand it in a way, and then breaking that down so that another person can understand is a completely different skill set altogether. Pretty cool. So, but how did you go about learning music? Actually, let's just talk about that.
I had like a guitar teacher for a brief period, but I got into music theory on my own, and like I started looking for ebooks at that point, or like old cassette tapes, VHS tapes that were then digitized of like these guitarists, Satriani and all of these guys, and explaining something, and I was like, oh, this is this.
Yeah, I got gifted a Paul Gilbert guitar lesson.
I was in that one.
Yeah.
If it's Yeah. So yeah, those guys were like basically my teachers at that point. And my dream was to become like guitar virtuoso shredder type person.
I've actually never seen you play guitar. I've never seen you live either. So,
No.
do you shred on stage?
No.
Do you want to?
Maybe if I practice for a few months. I barely play guitar now off stage. But I mean, I play guitar on stage. That's what I'm not singing. So I'm playing guitar mostly. I'm good enough. But like to get back to my shredding days, I think it'll take a couple of months to get back really into it, get the muscles back. Yeah. I would love to, man. I feel like I was telling you, like, I'd love to be part of a metal band.
Yeah.
Where I can really play like heavy dark shit. And just like,
Imagine like if we had like all popular Indian musicians who have a background in metal come together to make a metal super band, and then like show up at a massive festival as like an opening act, like a name that no one knows who this band is, no one knows who the members are, and suddenly it's you and Vishal and Arjun and a bunch of other people.
oh man, that would be epic. I would love to do that.
Should we make it happen? Should I manage that band? Like create that band?
Bro,
Simon Cowell.
imagine and that band takes off. Bye bye all of that.
Bye bye Bollywood.
Yeah, I'm playing metal, man.
Do you think that'll happen though? Do you think like metal will make a comeback in the same format as before, in the band format?
I don't know about metal per se. Maybe like a different form of metal. Already, the metal that exists now, like,
Is different from the metal we grew up with.
yeah, and I love the metal. Some of it now, like, have you
What do you
heard
listen to?
Animals as Leaders?
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, what do you think of Sleep Token?
I've actually recently, because of the hype around Sleep Token, I was like, what is the Sleep Token everybody's talking about? It's cool. But
I'm not there yet. I don't know if I find it cool.
Yeah, I still feel like I'm more like Animals as Leaders. When you're seeing those guys play, I've seen them live. They came to Bombay.
Okay.
Those guys are like beasts. They're literally like doing some insane stuff in front of you. So like it's cool and you feel like headbanging.
Yeah.
Or I'd love to be in a band like Slipknot or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking instigating violence.
I would love to be Slipknot, Limp Bizkit.
Oh man.
Old Limp Bizkit, like Woodstock 99 Limp Bizkit, right? Like not today's Limp Bizkit.
I mean, I don't know what Limp Bizkit is if it still exists now.
Yeah, they're touring.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
But they're not releasing any new music, no?
I don't think they have. They may have. Why would they tour otherwise also?
I mean, old bands are touring.
But all of them are promoting an album, right? Scorpions is coming. Do they have a new album? Do people listen to albums and do you listen to albums anymore?
I do actually.
Like full albums? Yeah, I do too. Like, but for me, it's like a deliberate. I have to make a decision. Today, I am going to listen to this album
While cooking?
Yeah, while cooking, generally it's on shuffle. I pick a genre. I was telling this earlier, right? Like for me, these days, what I've started realizing is that I look forward to cooking the same way I look forward to road trips. So it's that level of excitement for me. So
That's amazing.
yeah. So before I get into the kitchen, I've obviously done all my homework, research, prep of like ingredients, what needs to be done. Like I make a mental map of what I need to do and like that process. And then just before I get in, I decide what I'm going to listen to. So most times it's okay, I'll pick an artist and shuffle that artist. But if it's something like say a Tool or that type of music where an album makes sense, I don't know, album always makes sense, I suppose. But you know how it is with like something like Tools, like prog rock and those kind of things, or even Porcupine Tree for that matter. And Porcupine Tree, one song is an album, I guess, for many artists.
Or like Dream Theater. They came to Bangalore.
Yeah.
I couldn't go for it.
I didn't even know they were coming.
Yeah.
I was majorly into Dream Theater during my college days.
Oh, really?
Because my this friend from Nagaland who I was telling you about, he introduced me to a lot of like
Petachy stuff.
Man, Dream Theater. Like that change of season is like one whole album.
How long is it? Like, what's the total runtime? It's like,
No, but it's like
Every song is like 18 minutes, 16 minutes.
There are shorter ones, but yeah.
Yeah, there are some, like even Porcupine Tree, there are some 18-minute, 20-minute sort of songs, right?
18, 20, yeah.
Yeah, like In Absentia has one, right, which is I think 17 minutes. Anesthetize is an 18-minute. There's a live version of it also. It's really, really good.
I've seen them live.
You've seen Porcupine Tree live?
Mm.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
In Bombay. In Mumbai.
When they came to IIT. Okay, that's pretty cool. I've seen Steven Wilson twice. I saw him once in Belgium. I saw him once in Bangalore. I've never seen Porcupine Tree.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. But who's like your guitar hero? Like who made you want to pick up guitar?
I think growing up, there were like a couple big ones. Obviously, at the beginning of that was Satriani and Steve Vai. I've seen Steve Vai live. He came to one of the festivals. I don't know which one, but he came and Steve Vai was a hero. Then there's a guy called Eric Johnson. There's Stevie Ray Vaughan, of course, like blues. And then like of late, I like the new guys are also insane. Tosin Abbasi from Animal Theaters.
There's the worst. What's the name from? Wow, drawing a blank. That's an instrumental band, the new one, bro.
Oh, this guy. Now, what's his name? Tim.
Heston.
No,
not Heston. Henderson.
Tim Henderson.
Yeah. What's the band called?
I
tried to blank. I say that as I pour my tequila. Oh shit.
Wait.
Are you good? Another one?
Yeah, I'll just finish this.
Yeah.
Wait, what are they called? Periphery. No.
Should we just Google it?
Yeah, we should. I think we should. This is embarrassing.
Okay, wait. What was his name? Tim Henson. Yeah, Polyphia. We're not going to edit this. We're going to be embarrassed about our lack of new age guitarist knowledge.
Yeah.
Did you go to John Mayer? What do you think of his guitar work?
Man, John Mayer was one of the best concerts I've seen.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go till the day off, and I was like, I'm getting FOMO.
Yeah.
And I was listening to some John Mayer, and I was like, okay, I got to go. And I got tickets, and I went, and I'm so glad that I did. Solo show.
He held the crowd, no?
Man, held the crowd, and how? Like, he's so likable. He's so, like, I think as an artist, he's so likable. And then he has the skills, insane skills to back it up. And his songs, his songwriting, all incredible. And his guitar playing is like top notch. Like,
I saw a reel that he wanted to be a stand-up comic before he decided to be a musician, or apparently he was doing both, something like that.
He did some stand-up comedy in the middle. I think he was doing some stuff. He was going for shows and just doing some stand-up. But like, I can see why, because even the few things that he was saying was witty and funny. Very good show.
Did you see a lot of Indian guitarists in your earlier days?
I mean, in Ahmedabad, we used to have this at SEPT, which is the School of Architecture and all of that. We used to have these every 2 weeks, people would come and play the bands from Ahmedabad. And we were the kids band, like we were the youngest. But we used to look up to these other bands who used to play like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, all that, like classic rock and classic metal stuff. So there I was like, wow, these guys, or like Jimi Hendrix or whatever. Then of course there's Blackstrap Blues.
There's so many actually, if we think about it in India as well. There's so many good guitarists.
There's Prasanna, Guitar Prasanna, who plays like Carnatic music, who I met, and he's incredible.
He's good,
Yeah, there are, I mean, I'm sure there are no dearth of. What's been really cool is I've been seeing really young, even a lot of young girls I've been seeing picking up guitar, which is really cool to watch and killing it.
There's that girl Maya who does a lot of Tool covers. She's a kid. She's probably like 12, 13 years old. Like, she keeps getting comments from the band and stuff like that.
Wow. That's awesome, because I feel like our industry is pretty male skewed.
In India, for sure.
Yeah. And it's good that, like, even when we work, there's very few female sound engineers. But there's one that we work with, and I think...
You want to shout her out?
Shout out to Krina.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels nice that it's open to everybody, and it's not just men who are doing these things. I also find like I feel like music can't be a thing which is only possible for people who are, who have some money or backing or parent support or whatnot, because then I feel like then that's a very small slice of society that gets access to create art.
It's totally unfair, right? Like, because I feel like even when Suryakant was here, Lifafa, he made a very interesting comment, right? He said what Indian or what hip hop has done for Indian music is that it's just broken open that class barrier, right? Where on the one hand you have bands like Peter Cat and Lifafa, which is catering to a slightly more elitist crowd, obviously with Peter Cat performing and writing in English. And Lifafa also slightly evolved sound, right? You need to have sort of grown into that music culture, which again, like only privilege can sort of afford you in your early days, right? So hip hop sort of opens that class barrier. And my submission to that is that hip hop opening the class barrier is a great way for people to get into music at every stage of their life. And then sort of get deeper into the different genres, right? Like, for us growing up, I don't know how it was for you in Ahmedabad, at least in Bangalore for us when we were growing up, early mid-90s, everyone was only listening to a lot of pop, right? So it was your Boyzone, Westlife, Backstreet Boys, that kind of stuff, which was the entry point in those days.
Yeah.
And then from there, people went in different directions, right? Some people went into hip-hop, some people stayed with pop, some people went into rock and grunge and stuff like that. And I feel like that was with the Western music, right? Mostly American music. And I feel like that's now happening in the Indian music industry, where 4 or 5 years ago, people who were listening or were only exposed to, say, film music, then got introduced to hip hop, and now from within hip hop, they're sort of discovering these different genres, sounds that they really enjoy and starting getting into it.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you on the fact that hip hop has totally broken that class barrier, as you say. That's exactly right, I think. I'd like to believe though that regardless of where you come from or what your upbringing is, I feel, now maybe this is not right, maybe it's not true, but that if you heard even a Lifafa or whatever in a language that you understood, if it is something which is true and good, some people will still resonate with it.
Yeah, for sure.
As a musician, I need to believe that there's inherent power in good music.
Correct.
I think what happens is we see a certain kind of music being working and being pushed,
and everyone sort of,
and then we believe that is the music that
will work.
But if you give someone who's never eaten a well-cooked meal some great...
Like what you're about to eat later.
What I'm about to eat. First time eating some well-cooked food. I still like it, right?
Yeah, of course. No, that makes a lot of sense, right? But I think like for people to reach that point of discovery itself.
The journey.
Yeah, that there is a journey involved in it, right? You can't just wake up one morning and somehow a Peter Cat will show up in your feed. There's an algorithm-led sort of bit of that journey as well, but it's also discoverability. I feel that once you've sort of opened up your own mind and palette to, okay, this music sounds good to me. So yeah, therefore this might sound good to me too.
Yeah, I think so. And there was one important thing I realized was I was making English music before, and the music that I grew up listening to was English. I never listened to any Bollywood actually. Yeah. I still don't listen to any Bollywood. But I realized that the same song, same production, same melody, if I just make it in a language that is accessible by people here, then I'm being able to reach so many more people and
get them
communicate something that I want to.
Yeah, and get that story out there for them to listen to and experience and all of those things as well, right? That makes a lot of sense. But how do you go about like writing for films? So like you get a brief, right?
Yeah.
And then you sort of work on that and you put a team together. How does that work?
There's no team, bro. It's me and Savera. And lyricist.
Okay.
and our engineer, who is an integral part. Shout out to Prathamesh. Basically, we get a brief, and our process is slightly different because we still write often in English. Because that idea we think in English.
Yeah, same.
So to communicate this situation, we'll write in English so that we can feel it, and then we'll get a lyricist to kind of change it to whatever language is needed. And often the decision is meaning, but also phonetics. So it needs to sound good.
Okay.
Like a lot of the words that you pick inherently while writing that we pick while writing in English, they'll be the syllables that sound good. So like a hard k in the beginning of a sentence.
Okay.
Or like
that's interesting. I've never heard.
Like you wouldn't want to start like often a chorus with a h because it doesn't have that attack to it. So it'll be like.
Can you give me an example of what?
Like,
this is like really interesting.
Khwabo ka ja, like that, like bekabu.
Yeah.
That ka comes on the beat. So if it was a khwabo ha, it wouldn't be the same thing. But khwabo ka, it punches. So we are thinking like phonetically what, and we'll often, like I remember, especially for the first film Gehraiyaan, we had some amazing lyricists, and I was like arguing about like, nahi, either ka chahiye, either ja chahiye, and Savera and me both were like this. And I think that is how we think about it. Of course, meaning is paramount.
Yeah.
And we see that with like singer-songwriters where they have such beautiful lyrics and people connect to that. But I never really remember the lyrics to any song.
You just go by the vibe.
For me, it's the melody and the vibe and the phonetics. So that is my instinct.
Okay. So that's how you sort of perceive and understand music.
Yeah, like if you'd ask me to like sing a song that I like, first of all, I wouldn't know the chords if I had to play it. Like I was telling you, I'm the worst person. My nightmare is at a party, somebody brings out the guitar, I'm like, fuck.
And I wouldn't believe people still do that, but it's crazy.
I've been in situations and I'd be like, guys, I'm going to play Wonderwall.
You deserve it.
But lyrics themselves, I don't remember a lot of the lyrics for songs that I love. So it's only later that I would start paying attention to what the meaning is. And I was like, oh, wait, most of the people are actually understanding what they're saying and what the meaning is. I'm just thinking about the vibe and how I'm feeling in my body and like other parameters. So then I started getting into like, okay, but like I can't write poetry in Hindi.
Yeah.
So that's why having a good lyricist is really important. In English, I can communicate decently, but Hindi, it's still like, it's still a learning curve for me.
Yeah, but then as long as the team is getting together, and that's a pretty cool process. That's with you and Savera, and then your engineer and the lyrics writer.
Yeah, so Savera and me make the song. We'll have a scratch with like almost all the elements there sounding good. It'll be in English or gibberish or like dummy Hindi. Then we'll present it. Once it's approved, then the lyricist will be like, let's write this, let's change this. And then once all that is done, then we give it to the engineer to like finally mix it and master it.
That's actually really interesting. I didn't ever think that you know the phonetics in lyric writing or in overall composition.
I even like number of syllables, like I'm anal about that. That this line
this is your math brain.
Yeah, but I'm like, if you keep symmetry, not too simplistic, but like if it is interesting symmetry, like the rhyme scheme is matching, or basically it's like breaking expectations. So if you have like a word like I'm not going to give you a good example right now, but say there's a word which is ending with the O sound, and the next I'm rhyming it with another O sound thing, and you expect me to say love. There was a word which was something that you gave me a shove and you pulled, and something made me love. Whatever, that's a bad example. But if that is the line that you expect, but I just changed that last word love to
dove or rub or whatever.
Something which is softer rhyming, which is not a hard rhyme. So basically the soft rhymes and hard rhymes, which is like kind of rhyming but not exactly, but in music it works. Your brain basically will expect something, but then you're getting something slightly different. So that's dopamine right there, because you've been surprised but not startled.
Okay.
So I think there's a balance between familiarity and newness. If it is completely new and alien, then that's what it does. It often you will find
Alienates.
it alienates, and it might take time for people to get there, But if it is rooted in something which is familiar, but you are changing that, I think that is the sweet spot. If it's too familiar, it's boring.
Yeah.
It's banal. It's like you heard this before. If it's too new, then it takes time for them to get used to it. But if it is something familiar, which you kind of put a twist on in an interesting, unexpected, original way, I think that's where big songs come from. There has to be something to latch on to, but something new that you're getting as well.
That's actually a very, very interesting perspective. I don't think I've ever heard anything like that before in terms of just the way you shared it.
Yeah, I mean, I give you a shitty example of the rhyme scheme.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean,
but
probably pick one from one of your songs once.
Yeah,
some time
I'll
to
give you
think
a better
about it, and
one.
you can share it. Yeah.
So now I was like, oh, that's actually, it's all about surprise. It's all about like breaking it. And I think, and it's true for all art forms. Like in a movie, you see a crime thriller, you've seen that many times. But there's one difference where, oh, actually this detective is also
part-time murderer.
Yeah,
he does other murders, but he
or is this chef who is solving crimes.
Yeah.
So it's a thriller. The only difference in the premise is that this person is also a chef.
Yeah, and he uses his
chef
skills to decipher something, like, whatever. Yeah.
So I think like you need to change that, and how much you change it, how familiar you keep it is the balance that you find. Pop music, I feel it's a little bit more on the familiar side. When you listen to like the music that maybe bands that you might like do, which are more experimental, it's pushing the envelope a little bit more.
Yeah.
And every time, every artist for every song, I think finds that spot, like where do I want to stand in this.
How did you sort of arrive at this? Like, one is obviously the understanding of what you just shared, but then two is also the articulation of, okay, this is how I see it, and this is how I sort of view it, and this is how I want to exercise it. So how did you arrive at it? Was it like conscious effort, accident? How did it happen?
I mean, I just analyze music all the time. That's all I do, and I love doing that. Like, I'm listening to music, and now it's become less.
Okay.
The beginning few years, I was just listening to music and be like, why does this work? Why does this not work? What is cool in this? What is the new thing in this? What have they done that I can, how have they broken expectations?
That's crazy, man. So like, you've been doing this for like...
Yeah, I feel like that's more interesting to me I want to understand. It just happens that creating is so much fun that I create, and it allows me to, we're talking about flow state.
Yeah.
It allows me to do that. Yeah. But the rest of it is sort of just like to keep this sustainable.
Yeah. No, I think like even in some ways, the example that you share, right? Like your brain is expecting this, and then there's that sudden switch. I was also thinking in my mind was like, this is like passive flow state, right? Like, oh yeah, okay, I know that shove, and then the song or the rest of the lyric is heading in a way where I know it's probably going to end on love. And then it's just that last syllable or that last rhyme scheme is changed.
Yeah.
It could like, that's in another way flow state, right? Where everything is almost there, but just that one little
challenge.
Yeah,
I think so. I think that is the kind of neurology behind it, where your brain gets, suddenly it's activated again.
Neurological pathways. Like Sandeep talks about.
I was like, what are you talking about, bro?
I don't know, man. Like maybe there are some pathways that
but I kind of did this, and I was like, is this true for all art forms? So then I realized the fundamental building blocks is tension and release. So, and it's not only true for music, it's true for activities in life. So for example, a conversation. If I'm a good storyteller, then I'm building tension by giving you a hook in the beginning and be like, oh, you need to know about this, some crazy shit went down. And then I take you through this journey, and then I finally resolve this. And it's
like a good reel.
Yeah, like a good reel. Exactly, like a good reel, like a good song, like a good movie. And I think it's even more fundamental. Like even sex is like tension and release.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she said that the whole tension bit when you meet someone new is fundamentally more exciting and more interesting to her than the actual act.
Yeah, I think humans are built like that.
That's pretty crazy. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, because I was actually talking to I remember seeing a video by Tanmay Bhatt, and he was talking about what makes a good campaign or YouTube video or engaging content or something.
Yeah,
he was
engaging
talking about.
video. Yeah.
He was giving like a lecture somewhere or like having a talk, and I was looking at it like, shit, this is the same thing that I'm
With
thinking
music,
about in music.
Yeah.
And then I messaged him, and then we spoke about this, and we realized that there's so much in common. The flip side of this is that when it becomes too formulaic and it's too expected, then it doesn't work. It's boring. It can come across as repetitive or trying and not landing. But I think sophistication is understanding this art and breaking the rules at the right time. I think those are the artists that you kind of really like.
Interesting point that you were making.
Very, very interesting.
No, this is working, guys. Sorry. No, but no, but the point about tension and release, right? How did you sort of land on that?
I just thought about it. I was just thinking about like, how do I kind of understand what is happening? Because I'm not the kind of artist who'll be like, I'm just feeling inspired and this thing. Of course, while creating, I'm not thinking about this. I want to study this somehow, and I've never studied this formally. So I'm like codifying this in my own language in my head. And so I remember there was this one trip where I listened to all of A.R. Rahman's music many years back.
Yeah.
And I was writing down notes. What is great, what is here, what is this, what is this. And then I just continued doing that for all the music that I love. Now the thing is, the music that I love often is very left of field. Where sometimes there is no tension, there is no release only. So then I'm like, oh, then why do I like this now? This is not even using my rule.
Yeah.
So what is interesting here? So I was like, getting into the nuances of, okay, there's such subtle tension that I like that. It's like tasting really good Japanese food, which is like very subtle flavors.
The chana is my mom's recipe, which I told you requires a lot of manipulation of written processes, but also requires a lot of patience on my mom's part.
Yeah, I'm sure.
To deal with me. So that's one. The bhatura is prepared by my friend Binod. Although I made the atta because it needs to be made well in advance. And my mom made some pickle. So I asked him to mix that up with the onion. And we got some pickled onions to go with that.
Epic, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, so let's go for it. I think this is the first time we're cooking a North Indian meal on a podcast. Which is what I grew up eating. So go for it, man. I'd love to have you try it and tell me what you think. Chana connoisseur.
It's good, man. It's very tasty.
Approved. You have to bear in mind that we make all our guests review everything they've eaten on the day. So today you're going to have to review...
Actually, I want to microwave this a little bit more.
It's cold? थोड़ा गरम करके देना. Microwave में कर देना. दोनों कर देना. So you're going to have to...
What is this reviewing process?
So you're going to have to review everything that you ate. Just basically, I rate it out of 10, review it, tell you Tell me what you like, what you didn't like. So we'll start with, did you eat on the flight?
Yeah,
Am I competing with Indigo?
I didn't.
Okay, good.
We ate at the
Yeah, so we ate at middle room, cheese balls.
cheese balls were the top, I feel, for me.
Yeah, and then there was
Corn.
the cow. Yeah, that was
Corn
pretty
thing.
cool.
That
That was an interesting thing to eat.
Yeah.
Pretty tasty as well.
I really liked it.
Yeah,
The fried rice was also really good.
fried rice was good.
You had the mutton thing and the dosa with the
Yeah, those was pretty cool as well.
yeah
Then what else did we have after that? That's
cocktails.
it. 3 cocktails.
I really like the beer paloma. I would have more of that. That was good.
Yeah. I like the beer as well,
Mm.
and the Paloma as well. I don't like the third one. Sorry, Sandeep.
Oh man, that's his favorite drink, dude.
It's named after him.
Yeah.
But I don't like. I'm not a selector, bro.
Yeah. I like it. Actually, I like bitter things quite a bit. I like Negronis a lot. A lot of people really dislike it, like my wife.
I like Negroni.
You like Negroni?
Yeah.
I love it. It's such a distinct taste, and Campari is like yum. I can have Campari and soda, like
Really?
yeah,
I've never heard anyone who do that.
yeah. It's called an Americano. Campari soda or Campari tonic.
Okay.
Campari soda, I think. Yeah.
And then we had the paneer and the
was
other
good.
thing, the harabara kebab.
Yeah.
And then we have this, and then there's the gulab jamun that come out.
Yeah. The bite I had of the chole was banging. I just wanted to be steaming hot.
Yeah, right. It's not
That'll
hot. But yeah,
Yeah.
for me also, like I was telling you, like this whole cooking thing, right? It's I mean, I knew I enjoyed it, but for me, to go from a place of not know how to do it at all to be at a place where now I'm not just cooking and feeding other people, but I'm doing it on camera,
Yeah.
and I'm doing it with
Thank you.
famous people, right? Like,
But
so it's like you're cooking for popular people who have obviously experienced and traveled the world, so you've experienced different food.
how long did this journey take you? You said 2024 you started.
I started cooking like a little bit over a year ago.
That's insane.
What I credit it to is one is the fact that I don't have a limiting belief, right? So a lot of, like, when I talk to a few friends, I realize that many of them believe that it cannot be done at home. That this cannot be cooked at home. I don't have that limiting belief because I've seen it being done, right? My mom's been cooking since whatever. And the other thing is that, like, I know that it can be done, so I just do it.
Okay. Question. You told me you tried to learn guitar, but you said you didn't have the talent, so you gave up. Why this limiting belief there?
So I had a limiting belief there because nobody in my family has musical skills, right? So like in my head, it was like, oh, nobody in my family has done this before. So like now, because I know, okay, I can cook this because I've seen it being done at home. I've seen it happen. So if my mom can do it, then I can do it. It's like that. But if you heard my mom sing, then you would know I have this limiting belief.
I believe that there is nothing that nobody can do unless like there's like a real physical or something.
Yeah, a physical limitation.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. I told you this earlier as well, right? Like, it was an application issue on my end where I did not apply myself because I wasn't immediately good at it.
All it takes, a big difference can be a good teacher. A good teacher can change your whole perspective on maths or physics or music or whatever.
100% agree with you.
Yeah. But this one is epic. I was telling my wife today, I was talking to her on my way that you learned how to do this, and then you were on a regiment where you were chopping onions for dishes so that you can get better at chopping, and you made dishes that allowed you to increase that skill. That's insane. She was also impressed.
The other thing is also I don't like wasting food. So that hurts me the most. Like if I, and I feel like that's also one of the sort of guardrails that I have, that I can't fuck up to an extent.
People don't want to eat or something.
Yeah, where it has to be thrown away, right? Like it can't be burnt. It can't, like, as long as it's technically edible, probably not as tasty, I will find a way to utilize it. Worst case, fucking throw some ghee on it and eat it, man. Like, it's gonna taste good no matter what, right?
Yeah.
So there are times where a dish is not up to the mark. Like, let's say I've made 3 things and one thing sort of fails and everybody pushes that aside and eats everything else. So that dish, then I'll just eat it the next day.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw it away. It's not punishment to myself. Somebody called me out and said, "Oh, you're punishing yourself." No, bro, I just don't want to waste food. And like, it's a lesson learned. Next time I'll do it better. But yeah, that's just how I approach it.
Yeah. That's good. But the story is good.
Oh, super.
Mm.
Yeah. 3 days in a row. Is this the crescendo for you?
Crescendo about this. Yeah. I literally had chole yesterday, day before dinner. So there are 2 things that I love. Well, there are many things that I actually love food-wise. But my favorite things is thali. Any kind of thali. Like it started with my love for Gujarati thalis. But now whenever I visit any city, I will try and have a local thali. And I actually started this thali club where, like, my people who listen to my music, fans or whatever, I'll open up like 10 spots and people can come and they sign up, and then I'll...
This is all in Bombay?
In any city. I've done one in Bangalore.
Okay.
And like 10 people came who like my music and who also wanted to have thali, and then we chilled. And
Where do you go in Bangalore?
I forget the name. It was just like a tongue twister of a name. It wasn't Naga Arjuna.
Okay.
It was this like Kannadiga, North Kannadiga kind of thing.
Okay.
It is called Thalla Balsa something. I'll
You guys know?
Balsar or something.
There's this Kandavali type of North Karnataka thali that is pretty popular across the city.
Not sure. I'll find out the name and tell you.
Yeah.
So we just hung out and ate thali.
Great thali, yeah.
And the other thing I love and I look for is chole. So
Yeah. So I'm glad that my chole passes.
I'm enjoying this. And your bhatura is also nice.
Yeah. I'm so glad because the first time I made the bhatura atta, I messed up pretty bad.
It's fermented or something.
No, it's got ENO in it.
For the fluffiness.
Yeah. It's like baking soda basically. But that too, I couldn't find the regular unflavored ENO. So what you're eating is with lemon flavored ENO, bro. That's the tanginess you're getting.
That's the secret sauce. The lemon,
So where do you buy your ingredients? At the Medic. But yeah, the first time I made it, that friend of mine I was telling you about, right? Guru gives me feedback. He was like, bro, it tastes like rusk. I was like, okay, cool.
I want to potentially, like, I was saying, I need to get a hobby because music is, like, it can't be music.
Yeah. But physics and maths, great hobby, man.
Yeah, but like, I need a hobby where I'm doing something a little bit more actively than just absorbing information. And I want it to be something where it's only for me. Like, what often tends to happen, especially if I'm doing something like, I was really into like drawing and sketching, but I feel like I'll try to gamify that and try to find some avenue to use that, or like
use it as an album art or whatever.
And I don't want to do something that I want to do something which is purely for the joy of just doing that. Someone told me that knitting, crochet, or something is like it got them into flow state, and they were just spending hours doing that. And I was like, that sounds like fun. I could get into that.
But you live in Bombay. What are you going to do with the product?
I know. Or like pottery, or cooking. I think that'll be fun.
I think the advantage with cooking as compared to everything else that you mentioned is that there is a social element to it as well. That you can always, like I was telling you earlier, friends come over and then it's just like a hangout, right? It's instead of me just being alone cooking in the kitchen, like, it's people hanging out, watching TV, having a drink, chilling, walking in and out of the kitchen. I'm getting live feedback.
Try this.
Yeah. What is missing, what needs to be added and stuff like that. So those kind of things definitely add to the whole.
What is this now?
Just more chole. Bro.
Oh no,
Yes,
I'm good.
Rakh dijiye.
Thank you.
Yeah, go for it if you want. Leave it otherwise. More bhaturas. I still don't know the first one. Like these are all discoveries, right? I told you I started cooking at a very, very low point in my life. It was great that one is it got me out of that rut, and two is because it invariably ended up having to be a social activity, and then started having friends over and stuff like that. And now it's like almost once a week at least. I'm either having friends over or I'm cooking and going to other friends' places. A few of my friends have actually gotten into cooking also after
Seeing you.
Yeah. Because I talk about it so much on my Instagram, right? So like, oh, this guy can do it, we can do it, and it's true. If I can do it, you can do it, right? With anything, like you were saying earlier. So yeah, it's nice to see, and then it's nice, like connection points with some old friends that you may not have anything else in common anymore, right?
But food.
Yeah.
I asked you that. Do you need to? Were you already somebody who was really interested in food, eating food,
Yeah.
and like a foodie?
Yeah.
And is that a prerequisite to, enjoy cooking? And you said you were already like you loved eating good food.
Yeah.
And I said that it's not that big a deal for me. Like I'm not too fussy about food. While as my wife really cares about food and she's a great cook also. But then I was like, when I started playing guitar, it's not like I was really into it. I think when you learn something and you get slightly good at it, then you get more into it.
Then you get
Then
more
you learn
curious.
more
Yeah.
about the nuances and the subtleties.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a matter of
Finding that balance. Yeah.
doing a little
Yeah.
bit and getting into it.
Yeah, I think I agree. Like for me also earlier, I wasn't so experimental also with the food that I ate as to where I am now that I cook. Because now for me, it's more like, oh, okay, how is this new technique or how is this different technique being implemented or utilized in this particular dish? So for me, it's like you said, right? Like for me, it's about skill development. For me, it's like, okay, now I've gotten this skill down. How do I move to the next level? And often enough, that will require me to try out. Thank you. That's a puri. Just have a puri instead of a bhatura, maybe. You can try both.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, this is different. This is a puri.
Okay. I don't know if I'll finish
Let's
both.
keep it. It's fine. Don't worry. Yeah. So for me, it's more from that lens, and also like how I perceive food in every sense is very different now that I cook. Earlier, my approach to tasting food is, do I like this or no? Simple, as sort of rudimentary as that, right? Like yes or no, it's just that much. But now it's like, okay, if I like it, what do I like about it? If I don't like it, what would I change about it? And what are the different elements and aspects of it that sort of went into it? And then, like studying it, understanding it. Those are the things. So for me, I spent as well, like, before I got into, getting deeper into chopping or getting deeper into the other skills, for me, it was more of a, like, why does this matter, right?
Yeah.
Why does it matter that I should be able to chop better? One is obviously it saves you a lot of time, but also if, like, say your onions, you need to brown them, and they're not all chopped to the same size.
The time will change.
Some will burn, some will be undercooked. So it affects your final product as well, right? So then you realize, okay, I fucked up at the very first step. So I had to go and fix that, which you can't do at the end, right? Like you can fix, say, for example, simple things like salt. If your meat is undercooked, you can sort of cook that.
What do you do? Salt? You put dahi or some ghee? Or
If you've got like less salt, you can add more salt.
if you put more salt down?
Put a potato in it.
Potato. It
It
absorbs.
generally absorbs the salt. But the point is that, as I was telling you earlier, I taste so much that I rarely ever reach a place where I'm over salted. It's probably happened like 2 or 3 times because I'm tasting throughout. But generally, I err towards undersalting than oversalting.
Do you feel like by the end of your cooking session, you are full?
Yeah, often.
Because I know people who will be like, I can't eat what I cooked.
Yeah, I can't. I really cannot because my taste buds are immune to that flavor at that point. I'm like, I can't eat this. Especially if I'm cooking something for the first time.
You tried so many times.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. If I've cooked it before, or things like, like for example, eggs, you can't cook or you can't taste through the process, right? So you don't have a choice. There is just about sense and feel and experimenting, figuring it out. So yeah, like one of the things that I'm very conscious and cautious about is like not over salting. And you can't fix that, right? You can't fix a lot of other things.
If you come to Mumbai, my wife introduced me to this. Basically, she's part of this cookbook club.
Okay.
So every month they have one cookbook from like a different part of the world, different cuisine. Like whether it's like Thai or like Iranian or like Mexican, Palestinian, whatever. Different cuisines that they will decide a cookbook. And everybody in the gang will make a dish. They'll select a dish and make it. And then one person hosts every different time at their house. And everybody gets their dishes and then they kind of eat it, talk about the food, talk about this thing. I think you'll enjoy it. I go there, but the rule is that you have to cook to go there.
Okay.
So I cooked like 1 or 2 things to be a part of it. But it's a lot of good food.
Yeah. Sounds like fun. That's a great way to learn also, meet people with similar hobbies, right? Yeah. I've never done any of those things. I have, like one is obviously my mom. So we're always exchanging notes. I have a couple of friends who are interested in cooking. And we keep exchanging notes. We keep doing like these, I think calling it a potluck is a bit of a stretch.
Tasting sessions or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Basically, whatever dinner parties where we'd sort of help each other out, right? Like, oh, I'm having a dinner party at home. Can you help me with this dish, sort of a thing. So we do those things, but what you're saying actually sounds pretty interesting.
Next time you're in Mumbai and that's happening, you should 100% go.
Yeah. I'm sure something similar in Bangalore, probably dig it up. It's a great way to sort of upskill also, right? Because it's one thing cooking for friends. Obviously, it's always better or you learn faster by cooking for other people, getting them to taste and feedback, right? But I think cooking for other people who cook, like sharing with musicians that you were sharing earlier, right? Adds a different perspective.
But I was also saying that sharing songs with musicians, demos, partly because then they'll give you like, oh, this chord progression here, and I'm like, did you like it or not? Just tell me that.
No, but for me, the fact that like the confidence to cook for other people.
When was the first time you cooked for other people?
Bro, so I told you, right? I went through this phase where I was completely cut off from everyone. It was bad breakup and all that stuff. Sorry guys, sad story. But sorry, what ended up happening? 2 things, okay? Both simultaneously. A friend of mine came home. She works nearby. She had a break. So she's like, what are you doing? I said, nothing. She said, okay, I'll come over. I'm a coffee fiend, okay? So I like various types of coffees. She said, I want to try some coffee. I said, okay, come over. So I can't remember exactly what happened, but I had to step away for some time and I told her that she could watch TV while I was gone. She opened my YouTube and there was only like cooking stuff, and also because I was in a relationship with like this narcissistic person.
How do you do it with narcissist?
Yeah. So it was those kind of like there's only how do you cook this and how do you deal with narcissism, or how do you come out of narcissistic relationship kind of stuff, right? So when I came back, she's like, what's wrong with you? I said, what happened? She's like, this is your YouTube. I said, hey, do you want to try this? I made this thing for you. She's like, no, I'm talking about the other stuff. I said, forget about the other stuff. Eat this. And then she ate it and she's like, wow, this is amazing. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't my best work. I can't remember what it was. It was a chicken pulao or something like that. And she's like, this is really good. I said, oh, other people also like my food. So maybe I should do it. And
maybe I can get external validation.
Yeah, exactly. No, but then she was like, her point was this shit that you're going through right now. Plus, I'd put on a lot of weight, I told you, right? The weight had nothing to do with the relationship. It had everything to do with the cooking. So she thought that I was sad and this was unhappy weight. So she was like, this is not cool. I'm going to call people over and then on Friday, we're all going to come to your house and stuff.
Oh, that's
great.
sweet.
Then why don't you all come home and I will cook for you.
Wow.
And yeah, I cooked for them. I called 4 people over. I had 3 plates. So I didn't have enough plates to serve and all that stuff. So that's really how I started cooking for the people.
What was that, biryani?
The first time? No, I cooked my mom's butter chicken recipe. That was the first time. Then I've done a biryani a couple of times. I've done 2 types of biryani. I had a massive fail with the Hyderabadi biryani.
What are the 2 types? You said there's the Hyderabadi and
So I've done the Hyderabad. There are so many types of biryani.
yeah. But you said you had made 2 types.
Yeah, I made 2 types. So one is the Hyderabadi mutton biryani, and I made this other, I guess it's called Bangalore style biryani.
What's the difference?
Just in terms of how the masala is prepared and how the rice is dummed.
Dum means like
How it's cooked in its own steam, right? So it's a technical difference in that sense. And then there's obviously a ingredient and recipe list difference. And then also there's a big difference in Hyderabadi biryani. You use long grain basmati. In the Bangalore style biryani, you use this rice called as kaima rice or jeera sambar rice.
is it the smallest
small one,
fatter one?
Yeah.
Oh.
So there's also how you sort of prepare the meat is different. Hyderabadi biryani, you sort of marinate the meat in curd and fried onions and stuff like that. This one is very basic coriander, pudina.
So it's not as masala and like greasy as.
Both are different. So Hyderabadi biryani is layered. It's like a lasagna. So you have layers of meat, rice. Whereas the Bangalore style biryani, it's you cook the meat and mix it with the rice and then you dum it all together. So the first time I made Hyderabadi biryani, you have to cook it in this large pot. Go for it.
No, I'm done.
I have a little bit of my puri left now. I'm done too. So I borrowed this massive handi from my auntie. And I cooked in it and like you have to dum it. So I put like this atta and I sealed it and I dummed it and everything. And I was so confident this biryani is going to be wild, okay? Because I got everything down. It tasted great. And I called friends over. It's like some 6 or 7 boys, okay? They've all come excited, hungry. Okay?
Ready for biryani.
Yeah. And then I bought that handi out, I put it on the table. And these guys are so excited. And as I'm opening up that atta, right, they're clapping on this amazing. I have a video of it, I'll show you. They were clapping on this amazing biryani. We opened it. The rice looked great. It smelled great and everything. I served them. And one of the guys tried biting into the meat. And I looked at him and I realized that the meat is not cooked.
Undercooked.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh my God. Imagine 6 hours worth of effort. These guys, I felt so bad. This was on a Wednesday. So the following Saturday, I did it again.
And we call the same people again.
Yeah, I called them. They're all like married with kids. And I said, fuck off, we're not coming again. Shit, then I packed and I sent it to them.
Yeah, you're like proving a
Yeah,
point.
I'm like, see, I can cook, bro. Don't know. But I just felt bad, bro. And I felt some of them just took the opportunity to fucking hate on me. Just fucking rip me apart. They're like, no, last time the rice was better. This time the rice is overdone and like those kind of things. But I mean, it's a matter of practice, right? And a biryani is a hard thing to cook. Because again, like you can't taste through all the steps, right? It just has to be done by feel. So yeah, lots like random learnings like this. Many fails, bro. Have you had big fails like this?
Big fails.
Maybe like when you thought you'd done like a smashing job and you showed it to someone, they're like, ah, this sucks.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I think when you create something, when you make something, when you cook something, when you make a piece of music, you don't know if you usually love it at that point if you're excited. But I feel like you don't know if you love it because you made it and you're excited because of that, or because it's good. So usually right after I make something, I'm like so excited, like telling my wife, check this out, telling my friends, sending it, listen to this. And then a few days later, I listen to it and I'm like, oh, it was okay. I was just excited because I made it then and I was excited. So now I feel like waiting for a couple of days and then gauging that, yeah. But I still feel like excited to send things to people and just get a reaction.
Yeah.
And then
does it hurt if they don't like it?
they're like, it's good, but this, I was like, fuck off, bro.
In that moment, you hate them, right? You make it show better. Yeah, it takes a minute,
I
right?
was like, you can't defend this. Like, this is what it is. So if people,
And you ask them for the feedback, right?
yeah. So, but I'm pretty good with feedback. Like I like getting different points of view.
Yeah.
And if I can improve it in some way, if I agree to the feedback, then I'll do it.
Yeah, sometimes even though I may not agree to the feedback, what I do is I accept it, and then I try to
Never talk to that person. Fuck off.
no. I haven't. There are some people who I probably don't go back to for feedback. When I've realized that, okay, this person is just giving me feedback
For the sake of-
for the sake of it, and they feel obligated to give me some developmental or constructive feedback, so to speak, right? But often enough, what I'll do is then I will try to see, is this a that person problem? So I'll approach it by, like, let's say, like, person A said this was not good. I'll send it to B, C, and D and ask them, what did you think of this?
Yeah. And if everybody says it's not good, then I'll be like, maybe I need to look at why that's this thing. But if you get conflicting views, then you're like,
I like those guys. I don't like
you guys are my friends.
Yeah, you're my real friends. Yeah. With friends, it's always hard, right? Like,
You have to send it to somebody who's not as involved in your, because especially in the case of music, the people are going to listen to it are not your friends. Like, you're not making the music for your 10 friends. You're making it for the world.
Yeah.
So I send it to like one person in Calcutta who listens to like very mainstream Bollywood. I'll send it to one person who's like super artsy and listens to like esoteric, weird shit, and like see what is the vibe.
yeah.
Also, not everything is for everyone. So like, if you're making chole, but that person really doesn't like North Indian food,
Yeah. It's not
then they're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
So like,
no matter what you do, you can make the best chole in the world, just not like
so
it. Yeah.
Who's the audience, I guess, is important.
But in some ways, it's a great way of knowing also. Like, okay, I know this guy's not going to like it, so let me ask him what he thinks. And if he likes it, then I have a problem.
Oh, you like this chole?
Oh shit, what is taste? Bacon or what? Yeah, fair enough. Has that ever happened or somebody surprised you? Like, oh fuck, how did this person like this? In the opposite way. Like,
I get that sometimes, and it makes me happy. Actually, I was talking to someone, and I was talking to my wife, and they're like, do you get validated when someone says that they like your, like, what is it that you're chasing, and I realized that I want people to like my work. For me, work is more important. Like, I want people to like the music, or I want this thing. But even when that happens, I don't think I feel any better in life. Like, it's not like I'm feeling validated or anything. So I realized that actually this chase for validation, it doesn't really work only, because even if a song becomes a big hit, I remember after Gehraiyaan became like the chart, it was charting and whatnot.
yeah.
I didn't feel anything. It wasn't like I got really happy that, oh wow, I did this or we did this or anything. I was just like, okay, cool.
But that changed your life?
That did change my life. It,
Yeah. So, like, how did it, like, in what ways did it change your life? One is obviously, I'm sure, like, it had an impact on financial success and all of those things. But I'm sure it also had like fame, popularity.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm at the level of popularity or fame as a lot of like these people, Bollywood people. They are.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's like a.
But I do feel like now, every once in a while, I'll see people looking at me, and I know that they're like, they want to. OAFF? Are you OAFF?
Do you get that? OAFF a lot?
A lot, man.
Oh shit!
Why are you called OAFF? I'll tell them this thing, or like some random person will send me like a super long message on Instagram, which is like massive thesis, and it's like really heartwarming. So that's nice, I guess. But I don't think it really like I don't know. I don't think that thing I'm chasing gets satisfied with that.
What are you chasing?
I don't know. It's a difficult question, but the more and more I feel like, I think the moment of creation is the exciting part. That flow state is what I'm chasing. Because that is the best feeling. And it's like you're alone with whatever you're making, and it's just you and this creation, and it's this like sense of wonder that you have for a while, and time kind of stops. And then, of course, like whether it's successful or not is separate. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, that movie did change my life in many, many positive ways. Like now, when I have conversations with clients or whatnot, at least I know they've heard my music. They know of me in some capacity, so they'll trust me a little bit more. Maybe I can push things a little bit more and be like, hey, I know you like this, but what if we did this? Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
But like in terms of what you're chasing, it's not fame. It's not like like millions of people chasing you. It's not million.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, money is important.
Yeah,
But would you say in many ways you're chasing it, or is that the sort of driver?
I feel like that starts happening when you don't know what you're chasing, and then you're like, oh, this is the thing that one should be chasing.
Yeah.
And it's a clear metric where you're literally seeing your,
Easy to.
it's like it's quantifiable, and you can see okay, bank balance बढ़ रहा है कि नहीं बढ़ रहा, and I can afford this now or whatever. But it's not like I've felt any different with that happening. So what I realized about myself was, I think I grew up in a family where my grandfather was very respected, and for his work and for his ethics and for his, whatever he stood for. And I saw the kind of adoration and respect that he got growing up. So maybe somewhere in my mind, this thing about like work being the most important thing became important.
Yeah.
And that's why even now, some of the music that I've made, which is not the most popular music, but it's my favorite. Like I'm proudest of that. Yeah. And so if somebody asks me, what is your best thing? I would say that track, which is the most accurate representation of who I am.
Of the kind of music that you want to.
Yeah, or it's like I've expressed myself in the most
Authentic.
Yeah, and the best way I could. Yeah. And I feel happy about that. But of course, like, I won't lie, 1,000 people singing back your song always feels great.
That feels good too, right? Good, I would imagine.
But I think the creation process is the most fun part.
No, for me as well, like it's very similar, right? Like in the sense that, look, I was obviously from a money point of view, like Google pays well, and I was there for a very long time, so I was getting paid pretty well.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what was happening with me as well, where it was like, for the first, say, 8-10 years of your career, that dopamine hit of salary hitting your account is insane, right? Because your salary grows also very quickly in the first, say, 5-6 years, because every jump is significant. Every jump is a lifestyle change. Right? So you go from sharing a room to then you're sharing a flat to then you're sharing a bigger flat, and then you're sharing a bigger flat with fewer people, and then you have your own place. So your lifestyle sort of evolving, it's changing. Then when you travel, you stay in hostels. Then you start staying at 2 stars, 3 stars. Now you're staying at 5 stars. Obviously, like, then the people you meet and interact with, and all of those sort of benefits, right, keep growing. But it had reached a point for me where I was like, some days I would I wouldn't even realize that the salary is coming to the account. It's a massive privilege problem to have. But that is the point being, the biggest sort of motivator had stopped being a motivator. Then you start evaluating and sort of auditing the other aspects.
And what is it?
Do I enjoy my job? Do I enjoy the people I work with? Do I enjoy the people in my team? Do I enjoy the people outside my team? Do I enjoy where this is headed? Am I going to enjoy this for the next 5-10 years? And I started realizing that many of those answers were becoming no. The first question that had a no answer was, do I care for the paycheck? See, my personal situation also allowed me to do that, right? Like I don't have any dependents, no family, no kids, none of that stuff. So that worked out pretty well. And then I realized, okay, all of these other things, maybe some of them I sort of enjoy right now, but I may not enjoy it another 5 years. So then I started asking questions like, what do I do next? For me, I went to Google straight out of college. Right, it was a goal I'd made a couple of years before going to college.
So you knew what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I spent 5 years prepping for that Google interview when they came to campus. Right, so effectively, I went there fully prepared, and worked out pretty well. All this stuff happened and stuff like that. And even now with all of this that I'm doing, like with the cooking, it's pure passion, right? Like I found a passion for it accidentally. I really enjoy it. I was telling you as well, right? Like I can do it for like
hours and hours.
Yeah, hours and hours. Like same thing with driving, right? If I'm doing long distance driving, I can do it for hours. Like I've done Bangalore, Bombay in a single day, all by myself, completely unplanned. Woke up in the morning and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Bombay, right? So like these kind of things I can do. Like, as I was telling you, like 7-8 hours of cooking without thinking twice. I can really do it. I can really enjoy it. But with the whole content thing for me right now, one is, of course, I'm curious to see what kind of monetization it can bring, and all of those things are interesting. But for me, it's more of a, can I make good content that I am proud to watch? Because up until the first episode that we shot, I'd never seen myself on camera. If you look through my Instagram, up until the little bits of content that I'd been posting before I settled on this format, I never posted myself. I used to hate looking at myself on screen. I used to just, like, if somebody wanted to take a picture, right, I would somehow or another bring myself to stand in that photo and then just run away. I couldn't look at myself. Like, I just could not look at myself on screen. But now when I was sit through, like, it's like, we'll shoot for like 3.5, 4 hours.
Look at your face, hear your voice.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. It still is. But at least I'm not cringing at it. At least I'm like, oh, fuck, this is bad stuff. I need to do better.
Can you be objective about it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Can I? Am I objective about it? I don't know. But yeah, I think I can. But I don't know. Is that objective?
I mean, I'm sure there's just a gradient of how objective you are.
Exactly. Yeah. Or there are pieces of my own content where I look like, oh, fuck, I'm being like that guy that I hate, and I'm doing the same thing. But what do I do now? It's there. I can't go and recreate it. I can't be like, yeah, hey, Kabeer, come back. Let's shoot this bit again because I cringed at myself there, right? You have to accept it and go with it.
Like if you pull out a guitar and start performing a song.
Which song?
Only Wonderwall allowed.
No, I'm not that type of a podcaster. But like, the point being, like, with this whole sort of content thing, for me, it's more of it really tickles my brain because I spent all these years selling content, and then many of my later years were selling my own expertise. Right? I've sold this for 10, 12, 11, 13 years. So I know how this platform and how this system works.
Yeah.
So for me now, this is an exercise in proving to myself that what I was saying all those years was true.
Yeah.
And for me, I get that dopamine hit every time, something I think that, okay, let me experiment with this and it might work and works. I'm like, oh my God, I'm world's smartest
genius.
Yeah, of course, there is nobody smarter than me and there never was. And that's that. I chase that moment. I really, really, really look forward to that.
Yeah. So thinking about what you want to do and doing it and then it working.
Yeah, when it works, it's insane. But the thing is, what I'm also learning and finding really interesting is that when it doesn't work, I'm not bothered by it.
You learn.
I'm like, okay, now I know that this doesn't work.
Hook should have come in the first 3 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also learning that. I'm also learning how to articulate that better, right? How do I explain that to the team that I'm working with, that this is what it needs to be. But it's also like another thing that I'm learning is also now that I don't have inherited teams, right? When I was working in a company, you inherit a team. Like you're just given, this is the team you work with, you don't have a choice. But now I'm like, as I'm building the team that I work with better, I'm also learning who I enjoy working with and really appreciating and enjoying the fact that I don't have to work with people I don't like working with.
Yeah. I think that's a important thing. Even in collaborations. I was talking to Savera yesterday only, and I was like, that's why we end up working with our friends so much more.
Yeah.
Because music and the quality and all that is one thing, but to work with someone who you have nothing in common with, to start from a fresh, versus meeting someone, a friend, it just changes the vibe so much and just makes it so much more enjoyable sometimes.
And you're spending hours and hours doing this, right? And it's like you're really putting yourself out there into the whole sort of process.
You need to enjoy it, otherwise it's going to be difficult.
Yeah. Especially when, like, if it works, it's great, but when it doesn't, then everybody needs to be on the same page that
we understand.
Yeah, we get it. This is how it is. But yeah, I mean, that's another, like, for me, all of this is in many ways brand new, right? Like, when these guys came and set up all of this for the first time, I've never told them this, but I shat, bro. Like, I was like, what am I doing? Like, you know, I'm going to have to put this out on YouTube and then, like,
people are going to watch this. My mom's going to watch this.
I mean, that's the least of my worries, actually, if I'm very honest with you, okay? Like family and friends watching and having things to say about it, I don't really, that doesn't bother me. It's actually really what I would think of myself at the end of it. Like, you know, if I see myself and I do those things that I cringe at, then I'm like, oh shit,
why was I talking like this?
Dude, there's this one video, like this one expression that I had in the video that I do, I've done in Temsu, and it's in one of the videos that actually did pretty well. I'll show it to you later. It's just me smiling, but it's a weird smile. Okay, I look at that and it's like they're like repeated in that video 2 or 3 times. It's like on one of the reels. I'm like, shit, bro, why did I do that? But the thing is, it's so important to the story of that reel, I can't cut it out. So I just have to live with it. And like, the problem is when something does well, you get so many notifications about it. So you end up invariably watching it again and again. I'm like, oh shit, this hurts.
But I think the other learning is that sometimes these details that we think are so important are actually, in the large scheme of things, you can let go of a lot of things. Like the main thing itself, the idea, and the main thing is 80-90% of it. The details is the polish on it.
Yeah.
And
that only matters to the creator, I would assume.
Yeah. And like, so I feel like more and more, I've started making music now on my laptop speakers. Like I have studio, I have like monitors, I have all that. Now I sit in my chaddis in the living room. I'm making music on my laptop on there.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, I can do that. It's fine.
And when you go back and listen to it on like studio monitors and stuff like that?
I mean, I'll calibrate that. Oh, this is how this works. So
kind of at this point know how to adjust for it.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing is like that excitement has to be there, that fun of doing it, and like sitting in your boxers in your living room and like the PlayStation is right there and like whatever. So I feel like it's more important to enjoy it than to worry about that, the small detail. I meet so many like people like, what gear do you use and this and that, and I was like, Chaddi, bro. Kuch nahi hota hai. Gear we are bakwas. Like a good song is a good song. Of course, all of the details you get
eventually they will matter.
Eventually, but you can, in the creative process, you don't have to get into it then. You can always edit it later and change things and whatnot.
You can make it better once it's already good.
It's okay.
Yeah, but if it's shit, you can't really make, like, no matter how much better you make it, it's not going to stop being shit, right?
I was telling you the analogy that there's people who are, I stole this from somewhere, so I heard this somewhere, but basically there are people who are architects, like who are thinking about what the blueprint is and what they're going to create, and then they create it. And I think like seeing a recipe in a book as a chef, or like musicians who like, I want to make a song like this. That's an architect, like who are planning it, and there's a goal, and how well can you reach that goal? Versus some people are like gardeners, where they plant seeds and things grow, and you don't know what is going to grow exactly, how it's going to look, and then you have that, and then you see what comes out of it. I feel I'm like the gardener variety of creator, because I don't really have goal of what I'm creating. While as many of the people I work with have a clear idea, a vision. I have no like vision when I'm creating. I'm just going with it. Oh, this is sounding good. This is sounding good. This is sounding good. Something comes out. So it's not like I have a plan of this song has to be like a rock song or whatever. Like it's like it could be anything.
That's very interesting. That's how actually I really approach this content piece, right? For me, it's more like my only intention is that my guest and I should have a good time. So if the conversation is not interesting or engaging enough for you or for me, then this is a fail. But there's no direction to it. You know, it's like I didn't invite you here to talk to you about a particular aspect of your work or your personality or any of those things. Just a hang. Just hang out, understand. Because I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, we've hung out a few times before, but we've not really spent so much time that I really have, okay, this is what I want to get out of Kabeer because this will be interesting to an audience. At this point, I don't even really have an audience, right? We're still building all of these things up. But that aside, I intend for this to stay like that. But I think when it comes to content that I created previously or the content that I intend to create solo going forward, with that, I'm more of an architect type where I'm, okay, this is the sort of output that I want and this is the sort of reaction I want to sort of entice from the viewer. This is the outcome that I want.
I think it's about like this sense of control of what you're doing, and there is like the architect kind of has a control over what the outcome should be like, while as the gardener is more of a surrendering process where you are
on the seed and water.
And then the seed will become whatever the seed wants to become.
Whatever the seed is,
and some flower will be like this, some flower will be like this. You can't control. And I think both are important, I think, for humans.
Fair. No, makes sense. I think like even with cooking, I'm more architect. Like I'm very clear. Like sometimes I do experiments, but only for my own personal consumption. If it works out well, then sure, other people can consume it as well. But often enough, I would just be like, okay, I want to make Andhra style chicken. And then I will think, I do this more as a test to myself.
Can I make it just on my own?
Yeah, what in my head, like I've eaten these 5 different types of Andhra style chickens. So what do I remember from?
But I think that's where something interesting often comes from. Like the more chance of it going wrong and nothing coming out of it. But if it turns out good, then you stumbled across something new.
Something exciting. Like one of the things that I came across was I just put together a bunch of ingredients that I thought would go well and arrive at an Andhra style chicken. And I just put some chicken strips, coconut oil, salt, pepper, haldi, chili powder, some green chilies, some red chilies, and curry leaves. I mixed it all together, threw it in the air fryer. That was incredible, dude. Like, it was amazing. But some other times like that when it's like things that require some technique like baking and stuff like that.
Baking is a very like technical almost process.
Because you can't mess up, right? You have one chance to get it right. Once it goes in the oven, it comes out as whatever it comes out as.
Then you're the gardener.
Then you're just like waiting. So the max you can do once it goes in is to pull it out at the right time, adjust the temperature.
But it's not, then you can't do much.
Which is why, because again with baking as well, you can't taste the raw ingredients, right? So you have to weigh, everything has to be weighed. But in that sense, again, baking is actually the basic part of baking that doesn't require too many skills is fairly straightforward. If you have a scale and you can do basic maths,
then it should work.
Yeah, it should work. Yeah. While we wait for the gulab jamun, let's rate the meal. I love this activity, especially when we eat out before, so I can also get involved, and I won't rate the chole bhature. So I'll rate everything else with you. So let's go. We did cheese balls.
So we're rating these out of 10.
Out of 10, yeah. Objectively, each dish on its own, not as a comparative scale.
I really like the cheese balls, and that's why I'm going to give it an 8.
Oh wow, you're a hard taskmaster.
Yeah, that's how.
Easy, bro. I was gonna be like, yeah, that's a 10 on me. 10 from me.
I feel 10 has to be a life-changing experience. Like I've had meals that are life-changing
Like
experience.
what? What is a life-changing meal for you?
I've had some good meals. I've had some good
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm a little bit more lenient in that sense. For me, it's more like it surprised me. It definitely surprised me because, like, you know, it is generally when you go around cheese balls, like that stringy cheese.
When he said only cheese ball, I was like, oh.
Yeah, take it, bro. Exactly.
But then it was like, wow, it was damn good.
Yeah, exactly. After that, along with that, we had the mutton cutlet.
Okay, so are we going with 10 then? Are we going with the slightly lenient scale?
No.
I feel like
it's
I
cool.
sound
You can
like
have
an
your own
asshole
scale.
giving it
No,
8
you can
and-
have your own scale. That's perfectly fine.
I'll give it an 8.
I'm also going to cut a point.
I'll give it
a
an
9.
8 because at the end of the day, it's cheese balls.
Yeah, fair. I'll give it a 9 because it is cheese balls, but it is cheese balls that wowed me to like. I was surprised.
As far as cheese balls go,
Yeah.
these are the best.
Yeah.
Best cheese balls I've eaten.
Okay, perfect. Then there was a mutton cutlet that I ate. First bite, you get that whiff of the mutton flavor. I think that was a great surprise element for me. But I feel like, and I asked him this question as well, it felt like they were
Cooked
cooked
separate, but it
separately,
wasn't.
But it wasn't. So that cohesion was not there. So for that, I'll probably cut like 2 points and give it a 7. 1 point.
So
I'm
cheese
cutting.
ball is 9 for you. And
Cheese ball is 9, yeah. This is 7. Yeah.
Got it.
Then there was the corn custard.
Corn custard, yeah. I would give that, if I gave cheese balls an 8, I would give corn custard 7.
Yeah, I agree. I would also give it a 7. Great, very interesting thing to eat,
Yeah.
but it ends there. You know what I mean?
It was good. I really like the dehydrated corn. That was
Secret dehydrated corn.
Secret. Giving it away. Yeah, it tasted like those Japanese rice biscuits, crackers. Yeah, it kind of had that taste, which was really, it's really good. Cocktails. The Paloma, I'd give it a 7.5.
Okay. But before that, we had the dosa birria taco.
Yeah, I didn't have the meat, but I tried the dosa, which was quite good.
Yeah, the dosa as well. I felt like it was like a ragi dosa types. I felt the dosa could be better. The meat also could be slightly.
The curry was nice though.
Yeah, the soup that they served with it was really, really nice. I think that was the star of the show. Dosa tasted good, but I felt like it could maybe we let it sit for too long and got soggy, but it could be a little bit more crispy for me. So I would give it a 7.
Overall 7, huh?
Yeah, the dosa and everything put together, 7. Paloma, I would also agree.
7.5.
Yeah.
8. Yeah.
For a beer Paloma, the fact that they don't have tequila in it, you don't miss it at all.
Yeah, so maybe we can give it an 8.
Yeah, given that limitation that they don't have a full bar, I would agree an 8. The other one was just a beer and it tasted like a picante, so I would have to probably rate it higher. It was just beer.
The beer tasted like that.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything to it.
Nothing. They just garnished it with that apple, and that's what he said, right? It was specially made for middle room.
But it tastes like a picante.
Yeah. It's probably, he said it's specially brewed for them. So they probably own that recipe. I guess. I don't know. We'll ask them. But I would rate, again, with that beer, I would probably have 2 and I'd get bored of it.
But should we cut points? Because we asked for lemonade and ginger ale and we got alcoholic beverages instead.
Is that a point to be cut or a point to be added, depending on who you are and where you are in your life?
I feel like maybe we can add points. Because when he was playing the records and we were having that drink, it felt pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we probably have to remove a point for getting the order right, but we'll have to add a point for giving
something great.
Yeah, getting it wrong, but in a good way. So net, no impact. Yeah, that beer. Then we had the selector spritz. We'll ask Sandeep to send us a video of his rating.
I'd give that a 5.5, 6.
I didn't fuck with it that much as well, so I don't want to rate it. I just want to have it again.
Yeah. Then we had the fried rice.
Fried rice was great.
It was good. I'd give that a hard 7.5.
Yeah, I'll probably give it an 8. Maybe if it had some egg to it, I would like it more.
Yeah. But if I give the cheese balls an 8, then I can't give it an 8.
Yeah.
7 I'll give it.
Yeah, so I'll give it an 8. 9 for the cheese balls, 8 for this. What else?
Then that's it. Then we came here.
Then we came
we ate
here.
the paneer
We ate the paneer. How do you rate the paneer?
Paneer, I would give a 7.5. Paneer and the hara bhara thing.
Yeah, I would rate the harabara lower. I felt it was a little too dry for me.
Hmm.
I would rate it a 6. I would rate the paneer 7.
Hmm.
I feel like if he had kept in the air fryer a little bit longer on a higher
Doing
heat,
everything in air fryer.
heat it in the air fryer. I would, if I were him, I would increase the heat of the air fryer to get a little bit more charring, a little bit more texture, and it was lacking a little tang. So I would add more chaat masala, some more lime to it. So with those 3 sort of adjustments, but I think he got the marinade on point. It was just texture and execution. Even with the harabara, taste was there, but it was a little dry for me.
Chole. I'd give it. I'll give it a somewhere between an 8.5 and 9.
Oh shit! I want a 10. Okay, but good.
Bro,
I don't know getting a 10,
I
but 8.5 is nice.
I like it has to be higher than the cheese thing.
Fair. Now I feel like I'm just doing this like Tare Zameen Pe type. Okay.
No. Like my best chole I've had in my life.
Yeah.
If I'm giving that a 10,
Yeah. And this is an 8.5.
this is 8.5, 9. That's
It's
pretty
actually
good. That's
yeah.
pretty
I
good.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And the bhature also. And I really like this pickle.
Yeah, this is again, but the pickle was made by my mom.
That was really good.
Yeah, so good. And now
I'm sure when your mom makes a chole, it must be a 10 only.
dude, yeah, for sure, man. Without a doubt. Like, also, like, I didn't do the final touches to the chole, right? I left that to him. Although he got it right, no complaints on that. He did it perfectly well. But yeah, you're right. My mom had made the chole. It would taste way better than this. My mom would not be able to have this conversation with you. She would be asking very different questions.
That's true.
I don't know if anyone want to watch that. I don't know if anyone watch this, but I think it's time for gulab jamuns. Let's do it. This will have to have its own separate rating scale because now we've already rated everything else.
What do you mean different ratings?
I don't know. We'll have to figure this out. I had to do this twice yesterday.
Gulab jamun?
Yeah, so you know how gulab jamuns are made?
No.
Okay, so at least this recipe, again, this is also my mom's recipe. So take khoa.
Take?
Khoa.
What's
Khoya, khoa, do you know what it is? It's basically milk solids.
Okay.
It's a dairy product. And paneer.
Oh.
What else does it have? It has maida and it has rava. And all of that is mixed together into a dough. And then you make balls out of it and you fry it. But the technique there is, the dough has to be made super smooth. You have to basically push it with your palm, okay? Now, my mom's recipe, she mixes everything.
She makes the gulab jamun. You guys make the gulab jamun at home, or what? That's insane.
Yeah. It's also homemade, fully made.
Yeah, I just realized that. Otherwise, usually, everything but gulab jamun you order or some, I don't know, like...
Yeah, no. So, everything is like made at home from scratch.
Yeah.
So, my mom's recipe is you mix everything and then you mash it up together.
That looks good. Thank you. Should we go for it?
Yeah, go for it. Karam hai? Okay, it's hot, so probably just break a piece and give it like 10 seconds. Let it breathe. Okay. Let it breathe. It's pretty hot, he's saying.
Pretty good. That's quite good, man.
Okay, I'm glad. Like it. It's like the third time I think I've made gulab jamun. But
maybe it's better than the chole also.
That's a separate scale. Want another one?
I'm full.
It's not that good.
No. Quantity does not imply. It's quite good. It's like, I would argue, as good or better than the outside many other gulab jamuns are. Consistency is nice. The flavor of the thing is quite nice.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, so what basically ended up happening is I followed my mom's recipe, which asked to mix everything all the wet and dry ingredients in one go. But previously, I'd also watched this Sanjotki's recipe, in which Your Food Lab, his YouTube channel is called, in which he basically says that each of the ingredients first need to be smoothened out on their own. So you smooth out the khoa on its own, then you smooth out the paneer on its own, and then you mix everything, and you mix the maida in 1 spoon quantities at a time. And then I implemented it that way, and that worked better.
10.
Yes!
I guess.
Grand success!
I guess.
Okay, super. I'm glad you like it, man. It was a lot of effort doing it twice in
That's
this
okay.
heat.
Top level.
No, I'm actually pretty proud of it myself. I may say so.
It's really good.
That is a wrap with the food. It's been a
We've eaten a lot of food, I feel.
it's been a good day of eating in Bangalore.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming down. Thanks for doing this.
Of course.
Hope you had a good time.
I'm still having a good time.
Yeah, you continue to have a good time now, bro. We're not. Good times don't end unless you're Vijay Mallya, but that's a different story. Have you seen his house, by the way?
Here in
The one on top of Kingfisher Towers?
No.
Oh, bro. Okay, so tomorrow, if by any chance your friends decide to go to like away from where you are towards central Bangalore, I can give you a couple of places in Bangalore where you can see that house. It's a very interesting thing to see. This is like this, I don't know how tall is Kingfisher Towers, bro? 30, 40 floors, I think. 30 odd floors.
Is that UB City? Oh, that's different.
Yeah, right next to UB City. And on top of that, so basically Kingfisher Towers is built on the piece of land that Vijay Mallya used to have a house on, like a massive mansion. So they have reconstructed that mansion on top of Kingfisher Towers. So this is old sort of 90s style mansion that has
On
been
top of the
created
tower?
on top of a, I mean, you can Google it and see it, but it's a very different thing when you, like, you're not expecting it and you're just looking around in the sky and suddenly you see a mansion in the sky. Like, what the fuck is this?
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool thing to see.
I did watch his podcast, that the Raj Shamani one, where he interviews Vijay Mallya.
What did you think of what Vijay Mallya had to say?
He's an entertaining guy.
Yeah. You can't do that.
I'm like, having a drink with this guy would be fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. No, I don't really have a strong point of view on what he's done and what he's not done.
Yeah, neither do I. I mean, I feel like we were too young when all of that was happening for us to really know what happened. Right?
Yeah.
For us to like really understand. So what, 2008-9 when all this happened?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, SpiceJet was there. I mean, I've traveled on SpiceJet, old enough to remember that. But
Kingfisher Airlines.
sorry,
Yeah.
Kingfisher. Kingfisher. But the whole thing, I wasn't really alive. I don't think I knew what was happening.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess most of us are still not equipped enough to really understand how a business of that scale runs, right?
There's a lot of money that is unaccounted for.
Yeah, sure. Like all of those things are not right and all that. But my point is that, like, from that podcast, I didn't take away anything. Exactly like what you took away. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a great storyteller. He's a
I like his
charmer.
story.
He
His
can,
charmer, yeah.
he can convince you that what he's saying is right
You know that
now.
uncle you meet at the party at the bar and he'll tell you some stories and you're like, come on, one more drink.
Yeah, exactly. But that uncle is Vijay Mallya, who owned an F1 team, an airline.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, he lived every sort of guy's dream, right? Like, yeah, these fucking supermodels in his calendar. Like, think about the things that he did, right? He had owned a liquor brand.
Yeah.
His super loaded, crazy parties, that Goa villa, this Kingfisher calendar every year. Think of that, dude. Like, who would do that? What would be an equivalent of
I don't know.
an acceptable equivalent of a Kingfisher calendar in today's day and age?
I
There's
mean,
nothing.
Trump had some calendar, na? He has a calendar.
He did?
I think he had some calendar that he used to every year. Man, I saw this documentary yesterday. Depressed the shit out of me.
Which is?
the P Diddy one, the P Diddy
The
one,
P. Diddy one, okay.
Sean Combs Reckoning or something.
I haven't seen it. It's bothersome.
I was like, oh, what the fuck, man? Like, how are human beings doing this? It's just like an alien like, I was like, people can do this, and of course, like, that's being stupid. Of course, people are doing horrific
people are
things
doing
all
worse
the
things,
time.
yeah.
But it was just a little fucked up. Also, the music industry, and there were a lot of these young artists who he was like grooming and then getting them fucked up. There's this producer who he had hired who was working, and he later found out, the producer, allegedly, that he was getting drugged through this whole 1 year process of making the album. He didn't even know, and he would wake up with him next to his bed and he'd be sore and shit like that, and he realized that he's being sexually assaulted without him even realizing it because he's being drugged. And this guy was trying to get his break in this thing, and finally he didn't even get paid after this whole. I was like, fuck. And the horrific thing he's done to, like, assaulting women or not, like,
Yeah, man, it's really fucking disturbing.
and then you see this Epstein. I mean, this conversation is going somewhere else.
Yeah,
but, but I'm like,
yeah, that is
क्या चल
really
रहा है
fucked
दुनिया
up,
में?
man.
मतलब, what the fuck? Why?
There's some really fucked up people in this world for sure, bro. And it's really unfortunate. Especially when you realize that, I mean, for like you and I, it's like, yeah, whatever, it's like our industry, right? Like these could have been potentially people that you knew or worked with, or for many people looked up to also, right? And when you realize that this is the kind of shit that's happening, it really fucks with your head.
Yeah, and I think as men, maybe we don't realize, but if you are a woman working in this industry or any industry where you have to deal with this shit, I think it's 100 times harder to navigate this. And like this Epstein thing or whatever, like even when you see like heroes of yours, like I used to really like Kevin Spacey,
Yeah.
or like Louis C.K. and whatnot, and then you find out about this
Fucked up shit, yeah.
and then you're like, but why?
Yeah.
You were doing like great work. Why did you do all this shit?
Yeah, there's no fucking way of like knowing who's up to what, right? So that whole sort of art versus artist debate keeps coming back into play. But you're like, at the end of the day, no matter what you're creating, if you're fucking shit up behind the scenes, then it like nothing has any value anymore, right? Like you don't really know like what is your source of inspiration, what is your source of excitement.
Yeah.
It really fucking bothers you, man. Like it really like it bothers me a lot, right? Like when I read these things, like these are like earlier when I used to look at, you know, lots of news reports and stuff like that would have trigger warnings and stuff like that. I'd be like, why are people getting so disturbed reading stuff? But the more you read it, the more you get disturbed, and then you start appreciating these trigger warnings. It took me a long time to arrive at that point.
I was like, as a kid, the life at least I lived was so protected and not away from all these things, that now that you don't realize that the world could be like this.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that somebody's thinking of this or trying to do this or whatever. And then as you grow older, you're like, oh, actually, this is pretty common. Like this is usually happening. Like.
And the most fucked up thing is that, at least for me, like when we were kids, we would hear about these things and we would read about these things. We would just fucking make jokes about it, bro.
Yeah,
That's what it was all just like material.
Yeah,
It's all material to like laugh at them, and then or laugh not at the people, but like laugh at the situation.
Yeah.
And when you grow up, you realize, oh fuck, we were like real assholes, bro, as kids.
Yeah.
At least in my school, we were fucking relentless, bro. We were terrible. But yeah, I'm glad that at least most of my friends are not like that anymore. I'd like to think I'm also not like that anymore. You sort of live, learn.
More sensitive.
Yeah, read, understand.
People's fucking suffering and pain.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Wow, this podcast took a dark turn.
Yeah, exactly. But it's cool, man. These are the realities of the world, and I guess we need to talk about it one way or another. I think with that, we can possibly just wrap up and
the darkest ending.
Yeah, on this dark ending, we'll probably just segue into some black metal. It's been great having you. I had a great time today.
I thank you, man. Thanks for having me. I hope it wasn't too. I don't know if I gave you some spicy, juicy bits or something.
We're not looking for spicy, juicy bits. Those are all on your plate. As long as you enjoyed the spicy, juicy bits in your plate and your glass, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I had a great time chatting with you, man. Like, I mean, from playing around with records to talking about our creative processes, motivations, what money means, what it doesn't mean, why you create.
To your expression, I need to see now that you do.
Yeah, man, I probably have so many of those this podcast. I think I really need, like, one of the things that I really need to learn to fucking get better at is to not cringe at myself. But I think if I stop cringing at myself, then I stop cringing at everything else around me, and then there's no fun. I love cringing at other people. It's not at myself.
Yeah, I think especially if you want to be a creator or content creator and whatnot, you have to allow the cringe.
Yeah. You have to embrace
the cringe. Yeah,
I am the cringe. I am it. So yeah, I guess.
And it's the cringy stuff that often
works well. 100%.
You're like, oh no.
But the thing is, it's not working because of the cringe. People are not cringing. Other people are not cringing at it.
Yeah, you cringe at it.
Yeah.
I feel there's some lesson inside there.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's probably too cringy.
Yeah. Who can break cringe down? Who are the cringe experts? I used to think I was. Clearly, I'm not.
I love cringe memes.
It's my zone.
Love language.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Absolutely. Who's your favorite cringe? Have you seen Seema Creates?
I think I have.
Yeah, my favorite cringe creator at the moment is Seema Creates.
What is that? What does she do?
She does dance and singing, and it's some really weird.
I've seen those animated videos इसने इधर टट्टी कर ली and this and that.
Yeah,
कुएं के अंदर की टट्टी
the Ganji Chudel types. Right?
Yeah. Then there was a big period where my friend and I were just sharing this, that happy cat. Happy.
Yeah.
But there was a whole universe of cats. So there was the happy cat, but in the happy cat video, there was a cat. Did you know this cat?
No, but I've seen. So basically, my exposure to this happy cat universe is via this guy called Ullas, who does Kannada commentary.
No, nice.
On these cat videos. So it's damn funny, bro. I mean, like, you have to obviously know Kannada, but, it's like very local context. It's hilarious, yeah.
But even these prank calls and shit where... And the videos, usually one car is playing a game.
Those Danish said prank calls?
I've heard his also. I've heard those.
Yeah. It's him or does Naved?
Both. Naved does those lift ones and the Danish does these calls. He's like, sir, yesterday's chicken biryani.
I'm vegetarian.
No,
okay,
sir,
but we gave you chicken, sir. That's true. Even that velvet parking. Some guy's given his Jaguar and he's like, you're 800, sir.
Then my favorite meme of last year this year was this squirrel that's eating this ramen and then it gets spicy and then it drinks water and then the voice is maka bothada Amitabh Bachchan's voice when the squirrel gets this. I'm like, oh my god,
I want to watch this.
Someone think of this. That was my favorite one.
Oh yeah, I love Instagram, man, for that. Like, those type of reels are only not on my YouTube. It's only on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't see too many of those on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's also because YouTube
filters or what?
No, it's also like it takes into account your long form viewing habits, right? So you can't watch 15 minutes of squirrel scream. I
got bro.
No, you cannot, bro. You could probably watch it in 15 minutes of it while you're scrolling, but you will not
just watch a video.
Yeah, because your brain will accept 30 seconds of trash and then 30 seconds of another trash and then 30 seconds of another trash. Won't accept 15 minutes of the same trash.
What if there's a story and the squirrel is like doing a whole thing and then suddenly every time I tell you...
But the cringe will only come every like 30 seconds or 40 seconds, right?
Yeah.
It's like that character
So
building.
my
and story
YouTube
arc.
watching is too sophisticated for this. Is what
Yeah.
I like to believe.
Yeah, so YouTube probably doesn't know that this is what you're doing on
The
Instagram.
actual shit I want is the squirrel.
When it finds out that this is what you're watching on Reels, your shorts feed will be fucked up.
Oh man. I have to tell you, one New Year, me and my friends just watched YouTube shorts on New Year for
on
like
TV.
hours at an end, just watching dumb things. And then we're like, oh fuck, it's New Year. It's already
shit.
New Year.
Man, yeah, I love doing it. It's like the greatest form of like group therapy, right? Just sit down with your friends and just, Reels. It's crazy. Like many of my friends and I were on these Instagram groups, right? Just sharing. And now it's just all of us have somehow been assigned these various characters, right? Like
this guy says this, she says this.
And this guy is like Puneet Superstar of the group. So this guy is making that kind of a joke, and it's pretty interesting. It's crazy how deep that part of pop culture has gotten. And like it's just on Instagram, bro. Like 15 seconds, 30 seconds or long videos, and they're fucking deep in pop culture right now.
It's the best. I feel
It's
like
amazing. I love it.
we need that in our lives. We need this content.
I have to show you some Seema creates, bro.
I know, check it out.
It's gonna change your life.
Can't wait.
There's also SGK English videos. Have you seen that guy?
What is that?
He's a Malayalam English teacher. So he teaches people how to pronounce words correctly, but he has a thick Mallu accent. It's just hilarious, dude. Absolute trash. It's too funny. Who else is there that I can think top of mind? The basics are like, that Darshan, the guy who sings. He was at the Maroon 5 concert. So he's at Lolla as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Dr. Rajkumar, Mr. Rajkumar.
Oh,
He's an Assamese guy. Oh my God, dude. You have to see Mr. Rajkumar. He has the greatest. He has a song where the girl is a doctor and he's a driver, and they fell in love.
Man, the thing is, I can't watch a song and laugh at it. I feel guilty. I feel like somebody's put themselves out there. If they're intending for me to laugh, fine. But I feel like as a musician, I don't want to be disrespectful to someone's this thing. So I'll be like, I'll not laugh. Or I'll not share it. I'll laugh alone. But I don't want to propagate it.
Okay, then I'll send this to you later. You can watch it alone. You don't have to not laugh in my presence.
I feel guilty.
But I see the thing with Dr. Rajkumar's stuff is it's actually, you're right, it's honest work. I don't think he's doing it to be funny or he's doing it to be cringy or any of those things. He actually enjoys it. And he actually has a proper fan club. He also has a signature dance step.
Wow.
On this.
Nice.
So yeah, you have to learn those things to join the fan club. I'll share that with you. Who else is there? The music side that I enjoy watching. Music content. Can't remember too many others. Darshan and Mr. Rajkumar are my top music creators.
Yeah, it's usually not the music creators and stuff it's funny. It's the bizarre shit that's the best. Where someone put idea A and idea B, which never go together, and then there's idea C, which is totally unrelated. And they're like, how did they think of this? This is genius.
Insane.
But good stuff. I think cameras are also dying.
Is it dead? Are they all dead?
Almost.
We can just clap to end, and thank you for watching.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you to ask them to subscribe to my channel.
What do I say?
Just say subscribe to my channel, his channel.
Subscribe to his channel.
Thank you.
Pak Pak Pakao!